Hello everybody, and welcome back to part 4 of our playthrough of Zelda 2. I think where we last left off, I died at the final boss. That was a good cliffhanger. Or not the final boss of this dungeon. And...
I wish it was the final boss.
What? Not a fan of Zelda 2? I gotta get that down.
Look at you showing off.
Yeah, gotta get those down stab kills, baby.
Jump was not enough. Had to go straight to fairy.
Well, we have to in order to continue this dungeon, because you gotta be a Fruit Loop to beat this the dungeon, apparently.
Is it the San Francisco dungeon?
Maybe.
You get the San Francisco dungeon, you cannot go where you cannot reach the end if you're straight.
Yeah, reading news about how, Dragon Age, what is it, Vanguard is what it's called?
Veilguard.
Veilguard. Yeah, reading, stuff about that game is both depressing and very amusing. Depressing as in, like...
How many push-ups have you done today?
500.
Oh boy!
No, when I saw that scene, I was just like, yeah, that's very, very stupid. For those who don't know, apparently, they have a big conversation in, the new Dragon Age game where it's like, oh, I misgendered somebody, I have to do 10 push-ups. And that's better than apologizing, because you're then making it about yourself when you apologize, and it's like, what the fuck are they even talking about?
I'm thinking 500 push-ups, man. You better... I hope Purple Lucky doesn't hear about this.
I don't know who this is.
Purple Lucky was a famous British, quote-unquote, criminal.
Mm-hmm. Was he like the, oh fuck, what was his name? The gay guy who, brought gay guys back to his place and then, like, basically tortured them?
No, that was
Paul Bundy?
No, yeah, no, Al Bundy, Al Bundy, I think, was the guy from Married with Children.
Okay.
So
who's the guy I'm thinking of?
You're going in all directions right now, what the hell? No, that's Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy, that was it.
Yeah, and it wasn't also that guy. Ted Bundy was a serial killer too, but he killed women. The guy you're thinking about is Jeffrey Dahmer. So, but yeah, Purple Aki was a guy who had a lot of fondness for young men with muscles. And he would frequent gyms and ask and start conversations with young men who were into bodybuilding and ask to see their muscles and stuff.
Mm.
And he was so persistent that he eventually went to jail. And in jail, he would be less polite.
Oh, so he did the I like ya and I want ya, so we could do this the easy way or the hard way method?
Yes, he did the booty warrior method.
That's something we should do after we finish up with Avatar, is go through the boondocks.
Yeah, after we finish with Avatar, like 3 years from now.
Yeah. But on the bright side, we're fully leveled up, so we don't have to worry about grinding anymore.
Did you get all the hearts?
I think there's one left of each. I can't remember. Fucking Tektites which are somehow the most powerful version of them in this game. Anyway, oh, god damn it. I guess we have one more, fight to do. So if you do get 9,000, experience, from here on out, you can just level up whatever, so it's actually a good way to get, like, full life or magic back, so that's pretty much the only reason to do it. Or if you need to grind.
Does completing dungeons still grant you
Full experience, yes.
level?
But kind of pointless because as soon as you put your little gem into the statue to say that you completed the dungeon, it automatically refills all of your magic and health, so... Anyway, these guys are throwing snowballs at us over the fence. Fucking assholes.
Are there snowballs in your town colored like that? Because if they are, I have bad news for you.
Yeah, a lot of us are suffering from blood in the urine.
Or how the Egyptians called it.
Oh yeah, I think yeah you did post that one. It was they called it AAA or Ah, which
Yes. Ah.
that seems like an appropriate way to call finding blood in the urine.
Yeah, it's usually what most people call blood in their urine.
Anyway, we ran into our first invisible enemies, so we need to get across in order to see them. And I'm out of everything, so I'm gonna get fucked here. Yep.
Yeah, I think the game is getting their horror creatures confused. And you started well, didn't you? You started really well here.
Yeah, I mean, surprisingly, but yeah, the I didn't calculate the angle of the dangle of that guy coming at me, so I got fucked.
Oh my god.
Open your stupid eye. Oh, fuck you then.
Are these the game's version of Gomas?
I would presume so, yeah. Because it only looks like they have the one eye. There we are, last heart piece. Huzzah.
Woohoo!
And then we have one more potion, or I don't know what you would call them, potion pieces. But anyway, we got one more of those and then we are done. Oh, that do-do-do-do-do-do, that noise? That was me playing the flute. We had to do it to get rid of the weird spaghetti spider monster that was blocking the area. Oh, fucking dick. Let's see.
You die, have a seizure.
Yeah, that's usually how it works.
Yes.
I'd imagine most people who die, that's the last thing they see.
The game punishes you for dying by testing you for epilepsy.
Kasuto, strange. It is deserted. And, unfortunately, there's a bunch of the invisible ghosts here as well, so... I think I'm just here just to get this, message from the old man.
The town is dead.
Look east in woods.
It has not been the same since they shut down the coal mines.
Yeah, there's, actually a town in, here in Canada called Cobalt, and you can get a 4-bedroom house there for, like, $100,000. The problem is that, it's a dead town because it's named after the cobalt mine that shut down. So...
And why did it shut down?
I I don't know. Probably because they couldn't find any more cobalt. That's usually the reason why they shut down mines.
No, there are also very retarded reasons why they shut down mines. Oh, piss off. The hell is this?
Lizard men.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's plenty of retarded reasons, 90% of which are involve, government interference, but, you know. Oh,
that's one very healthy potion, right?
Yeah. So, I got a comment the other day, on my first, Legend of Zelda 2 video that actually explained, how the square mechanics work for, life and magic. And, like, why the potions, refill the way that they do. Basically, the potions refill based on a percent amount. And each square counts as 16. I'm not sure 16 of what, but just like how the magic has that number to it. So each square counts as 16 of that. So it does like a weird multiplication thing based on that, what your overall magic is versus how much it restores. I can't remember the comment exactly, obviously, but it was a good read, so I'd recommend checking it out.
Let me see. Oh wow.
You deserve my help. Follow me. Okay. There is a secret at edge of town. Ooh, very fancy.
It's called a cliff. Jump it.
Hey, and we got our last potion. Fantastic.
So this one just takes going into town and just reaching this house?
Yeah, but this one is an old lady, not a young lady who needs some bullshit, so that's why she wasn't as picky.
She's at that age where she can't be choosy anymore.
Exactly. Alright, and the orange women, old women, refill our magic, so let's do that. Oh. And, let's see, I think there's an old man in here. Yeah, yeah, there has to be an old man in here because, oh, looks like we can get in the fireplace. Alright, let's do it. And here's the old man. Remember the magic word. And the magic word is spell. Fantastic. Spell is definitely the weirdest, well, spell in this game because it's context sensitive. And we're gonna learn about how context sensitive it is in just a minute. So here's the edge of town. And then we use our fancy new spell, and we open up a dungeon.
With a door that goes all the way up to the ceiling.
Yeah. And, with this spell, we were able to find the key, which allows us to open up any door in the game. So we don't have to worry about collecting keys. So I'd say that was a good use of our spells so far. What do you think, Gouke?
I think the scholarly folks of this version of Hyrule need to work on their nomenclature.
Look, if you say something and then say something again, that usually implies that it's the better something, you know?
I don't know, man. The movies were not exactly the best of their kind.
Are you telling me that Scary Movie 3 was not a good movie?
No, Scary Movie 3 and 4 were awesome. But Disaster Movie, Date Movie, Epic Movie, those are some of the biggest atrocities.
Well, in the movie's defense, those were made by, like, a third of the people who actually wrote the scary movies.
Yeah, I don't think there is defense to those. Like, I don't think that there is anything you can say to defend those. Those are some of the most putrid and repugnant examples of words fail me. That's how bad those movies are. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the only thing I can really say about it is that, the 2 people out of the 6 that wrote the, scary movies, they went on to write those movies, and those movies are very, indicative as to the quality of those 2 people.
Yeah, those are the 2 people who should be taken to the public square and receive some medieval treatment, for lack of a more YouTube appropriate word.
So a YouTube appropriate word, like getting their dick slapped.
No, I'm saying like get it. You know how
Vlogging.
Marcellus Wallace was gonna give Zed some, was gonna hit call in some pipe hitting boys.
Oh.
To give Zed some medieval treatment.
So basically, he was gonna hire some goons, and then he ends up hiring the wrong goons, and they have a gooning session instead of a nice beating session.
Yeah, you could say that. Basically, the idea is, the movies, you know, they were so atrocious, they were so repugnant that I consider that perhaps the people who made it don't deserve human rights. At least the people who wrote it, okay? I mean, we should perhaps exclude them from certain beats of the Geneva Convention.
Let's see, what else was there? Oh yeah, they did Meet the Spartans. That's not a movie. That's its own thing.
Nah, just like vampires suck.
Yeah, vampires suck, and they did another one that I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, what was the movie where it was basically like a semi-parody of Narnia and a bunch of other shit?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was Epic Movie.
Oh, that was Epic Movie? Okay.
Yeah, they did a lot of movies that could be that should perhaps be considered as crimes against humanity. Why is the music going faster?
It is?
I don't know, maybe to me because the screen froze for a few seconds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that might be why.
Yeah. Listen, I have a lot of hatred in my heart reserved for those people in specific. For those directors in specific.
No, you got a lot of hatred of a lot of things in your heart. You should learn to loosen up a little bit.
Yeah, no, I don't think that. I think in those cases it's justified. Like, holy crap.
Here we go. Let's see. Oh, I remember have you seen like superhero movie where it was like the parody of like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies?
I've seen that one.
Yeah. That one was okay, from what I remember.
Yeah, I remember not being repulsed by its existence, you know?
Yeah, although to be fair, I think a lot of the comedy is done by, oh shoot, what is his name? The guy... What?
You freed him and still got hit.
Hey, I tried. He was moving fast. The fast ones are hard to hit. But let's see. Fuck.
Is that why you don't date Olympic athletes?
Yeah, probably. It has nothing to do with the fact that I'm just some bum, in Canada. But, God, what was his name? The guy who was in the Naked Gun movies.
Leslie Nielsen.
That's it. For some reason, I keep confusing him with Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson, you mean?
The guy in the Taken movies.
Yes. No, Leslie Nielsen needed less cuts for fight scenes.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he's like, what, 80 now?
Leslie Nielsen, no. I think he was 80 when he passed away.
No, not the dead comedian. I'm talking about the guy who needs like the 50 cuts per fight scene.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
I mean, he needed 50 cuts a decade ago. Come on. Have you seen? I don't know. I haven't seen Taken 1 in a while, but like I've seen some fight cuts from scenes from Taken 2, and it's Game of Thrones level bad, man.
Well, that...
Like, have you seen Game of Thrones?
No, I'm one of the few people who can proudly say I've never seen Game of Thrones, so I have not suffered the existence of Season 8.
Yeah, dude, some of the fights... I only opted to watch up to Season 4, and dude, some of the fights in Season 4 are revolting to watch. Like, they're so bad. Which is awkward, because like in regards to writing, the season 4 is one of the better ones. But the fights are horrible. Like, there isn't a... Why are you purposefully dying?
I'm out of magic and I need magic to get ahead. So, I just did a quick cut, and here we are at the beginning of the level. And we shall continue on from here. Huzzah.
Yeah. I was watching, like, for example, there is the fight between Brienne and the Hound in the end of the season.
Is it one of those cuts like in the Rings of Power where Galadriel manages to subdue like 10 guards?
No, it's like there is for every movement the actors made, they need like 2 cuts. It's perplexingly bad. Actually, like I don't know what got into their heads back in the day, but they just decided that like I don't know, making this scene unwatchable was the preferable solution for them to teaching the actors how to fight, you know?
Well...
Because I think that's the issue, the actors don't know how to fight, they can't sell the fight scene, so they just have 5 cuts per second.
Yeah, it's become industry standard, unfortunately, with a lot of movies, like, even with something as early as Guardians of the Galaxy, where they'll do cuts on fight scenes in such a way that as soon as the impact is supposed to be seen, they'll cut it and then flip to a different camera angle.
Yeah,
And
it has become standard to make the movies just
cheaper and faster to produce. That's why.
and more revolting to watch and more like obnoxious to watch.
Yeah, but that unfortunately that's the reason they do it is because it's cheaper. Which, considering they already blew $200 million on the movie, and that's like base line, it raises the question like, what's another like 1 million?
Yeah. I've heard like some 3 years ago the possibility of a Highlander, some people trying to do a Highlander remake, and that upset me greatly because Highlander is actually a movie that needs a remake. But like,
I don't know about needs one. Like I saw it and it was okay. Like it still holds up fine.
I mean, yeah, maybe the story holds up. The fights do not. Like the fights have aged horribly.
I mean they're fine. I mean they're not like epic level proportion shit, but it's. I would probably rank it more along the lines of like Star Wars Episode 4.
Dude,
fights.
the fights in Episode 4 were better than that, than in Highlander. Sorry.
Yeah, where
Like,
Obi-Wan Kenobi and...
the geriatric fight between Kenobi and Darth Vader was better than the fights in Highlander. That's how badly they have aged.
It might have been a few years since I've seen it, but I don't remember it being that bad where Obi-Wan Kenobi basically just standing there with his lightsaber was a better fight scene than fucking whatever they showed in Highlander.
I mean, the fights in Highlander, man, the choreography was really bad. The editing like the first fight between like McLeod and Facile, the editing is so bad.
Was Facile the guy he fought in the parking lot?
Yes.
Okay. Again, I don't remember it being that bad.
The editing was really bad. Like there's a scene like where some sequence where Facile is doing backflips for no reason. Cuts to McLeod hiding in the cars and Facile looking for him. Then Facile is back to doing backflips. And then there is the choreography in the fight, like in the other fights, like the fight between Kurgan and Ramirez, where Ramirez just has multiple chances to just kill Kurgan, and he just never takes it.
Well, yeah, because Kurgan is supposed to, that kill is supposed to belong to McLeod. Come on.
Yeah, but that just makes it look like Ramirez is retarded. Because...
Well, what if he is Gouke? What if he is retarded? You ever think of that?
That would be a very poor choice on the entities who control the game. Yeah, I mean, there's some 3 opportunities for Ramirez. Just take the Kurgan's head, and he just lets the guy recuperate. Just lets him have a chance to recuperate and doesn't take his head off. So like, oh, it's a good thing it's not a what the hell is this?
Whenever you go through a pit transition, that always plays.
Yeah, for some reason, like it's the non-instant death pits in this game. Good.
Yeah, because we can survive fall damage, just not infinite fall damage. We die of old age before we hit the bottom.
Or lava. But that goes without saying. But yeah. So yeah, like the Highlander movie is one that I think would benefit from a remake, but not a remake now. A remake in this current day and age would just be a horrible idea. Because just the trends in Hollywood now are just atrocious. Like a remake of Highlander now with medieval filter, with bad CGI, with grotesque fight editing. Like, this is the worst time to do a remake of a movie that I would actually benefit from one.
And they would turn McCloud into a woman, or make it so that way his girlfriend turns out to be an immortal.
Yeah. I think they were trying to make to get Henry Cavill to play the main role
Of the remake?
Yeah.
I mean...
It's amusing, like, it's pretty amusing, like, I heard I saw Henry Cavill saying that he was, like, to do the role he was, like, getting in touch with his, like, his Scottish heritage. Which is odd, because I never heard of Henry Cavill stealing cows.
Let's see. Well, I'm trying to think of what else there is. I haven't seen any of the other Highlander sequels, and according to everybody on planet Earth, they all say don't, but...
Yes, you haven't seen any of the Highlander sequels, and you shouldn't, okay?
What? I want to know that the all immortals are actually aliens from the planet of what was it? Zebon or some shit like that.
I think it's Zeist.
Zeist, that's it. It started with a Z. I know that.
Yeah, with a Z. Zeist starts with a Z.
Yeah.
Like.
And
I mean,
and they still follow from the rules that they don't fight on holy ground, even though they come from a different complete planet. That shouldn't matter.
I mean, seriously, dude, you don't. There is limits. Just because you live in a country that is probably a divine punishment in itself doesn't require you to do more penitence. You know?
Look, man. You said that you didn't want to watch The Fanatic because that was like a garbage movie, and lo and behold, I convinced you to watch it, and it was one of the greatest movies we've ever seen.
Yeah, but it's not always gonna be like that.
Well, you never know unless you try.
Sometimes, like, you don't need to try every bad movie in the hopes it's gonna be delightful.
Sure you do. I mean, we saw The Wizards.
Sometimes they're just depressing.
Based on your advice, I might add, we watched The Wizards, and that was fucking atrocious.
Yeah, but we didn't watch Wizards knowing it was gonna be it was gonna be bad, you know?
Well, we had the evidence to support it.
I had expectations that it would be decent. It just turns out it wasn't. We knew Fanatic was bad, we just watched in the hopes it would be hilarious. And it was. But it's not every gamble that pays off. You know? Look, yesterday I made a gamble that it wasn't gonna rain on my litter boxes, and, well, it didn't rain, but it drizzled. Well, so I didn't exactly want that gamble.
Well, at least you know not to gamble on farts, so...
That was you know, that feels like a weird non sequitur. At least like a weird...
Are you telling me you've never gambled on a fart?
Oh, actually, I had these moments.
Yeah, everyone has those moments. They gamble on a fart, and it turns out they roll snake eyes. But let's see. But no, we had evidence to support that Wizards was going to be fucking horrible. We were talking about the same guy who did the Lord of the Rings cartoons.
Yeah, but he also did Cool World, which I don't remember being awful.
I haven't seen Cool World, but I have heard that Cool World is fucking atrocious.
Really?
Yes.
mean, I watched. I don't know. I have memories of watching it when I was younger. I don't remember it being that bad.
Well, I mean, you could look up some stuff online, but from what I remember hearing, people said that, yeah, Cool World is pretty atrocious.
Let me look at it, because I don't recall that.
Anyway, we gotta go through.
Oh wow!
We gotta go through the dungeon.
Yeah, the score is definitely not promising.
Anyway, we gotta go through the dungeon again because I forgot an item in here, so we have to go get it.
Yeah.
And thankfully, the dungeons only break down when you collect absolutely everything in there. So there's no way to get yourself into a no-win situation, or a dead man walking situation.
Cat is trying to jump on the computer. I'm afraid he's gonna turn it off. Yeah. Oh yeah, I just looked at the score on IMDb, and the score is like 4.8. That's pretty bad. That's a terrible. Lord of the Rings. Amusingly, the Bakshi's Lord of the Rings has a lower score than Wizards.
Yeah, probably because they made Samwise Gamgee a fucking weird troglodyte creature.
I mean, probably because of everything else.
Well, that too.
Because, like...
But that's the biggest sin of
movie...
all, making Samwise Gamgee a fucking troglodyte.
Yeah. I mean...
Yeah, you've seen some of the scenes that Samwise Gamgee appears.
Yeah, I've also seen the Balrog, and I think the Balrog is also an argument why that movie is pretty... is very not good.
Yeah, because he took the Balrog straight from his Wizards movie when they do the rotoscoping of the African tribes.
I don't think that was the problem.
The Zulu tribes, that's it.
What else he did?
He
had a role in a movie called Spicy City.
Sounds spicy.
Huh. An anthology of stories and an anthology of bold and bold and sexy animated stories taking place in a futuristic city. Actually, I wonder if he did heavy metal too. Have you ever heard of that movie, Heavy Metal?
No. Is that... I might be mistaking it, but is that the really famous one where there's, like, a woman riding on the pterodactyl? Or
Yes.
is that the music video?
Yes.
Okay. Did he do that one, or was that someone else?
I'm actually surprised at how bad the score for Cool World is. I'm looking at it, I'm trying to look at his page, see if he... I'm not seeing heavy metal here.
Okay. I mean, I'm kind of not surprised at how low his Cool World score is, because if Wizards was anything to go by his writing talent, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like Bakshi is one of those guys that is more... He's very much more celebrated by what he tried to do rather than what he accomplished. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I can understand, like, that aspect of it, but at the same time, it's sort of like, you know, you got your artistic talent for animating, to a degree, but at the same time, it's like, well, how about we work on some other things, you know?
He tried to make animation more adult, more respected as an adult media. It just turns out that you suck at writing. Like, your writing is really bad, dudes. Please stop. What are you trying to do?
Find the holes in the ground so I don't have to come back and redo all this bullshit. But I think it's only the one hole that I have to worry about. Yeah, it was only the one hole. And of course, it's not the first, at the first pillar, where it's nice and easy to remember where it is. No, it has to be fucking 3 down.
Whee!
Yep, and there we go. I miscounted the steps. Whoopsies. Anyway, you want to talk about the Fanatic?
Let's talk about cool world. Let's put that on the movie.
Alright, let's put that on the movie watch, and then I'll be like, I told you this movie was gonna fucking blow ass.
Yeah.
I knew we couldn't trust Gouke back when he was a retarded 8-year-old.
No! I wasn't a retarded 8-year-old, I was a retarded 12-year-old. Okay?
Oh, so you have even less excuse to be retarded.
I don't know, man. Puberty does weird things to you.
Oh, is that your excuse, then? That's why you like the movie? Because there was a big boobied woman in it?
I don't say I liked it, because I don't know if I actually, like, watched the movie entirely from beginning to end. It's just that I don't remember it being horrible.
Well,
but honestly, I'd rather watch that than Highlander 2. Ironically, like the other sequel to Highlander might be less horrible than less awful than 2. It's just
you say that when fucking Highlander the source exists. Well, eat my ass.
Yeah, well, sorry. Highlander 3, maybe not. Highlander 3 maybe not as bad as Highlander 2. Yeah, but then I forgot that Highlander the source exists, and my god, the fact that that movie was made is perplexing. Like,
yeah,
that Highlander the source feels like a prank that was played in in the audience.
I mean, it kind of was. It was made by the Sippy channel.
Ugh.
But, what was your favorite part about it? The part where the, one immortal that was the Guardian had a very ingenious, invention to survive being killed by immortals? Or the fact that he only used for one fight?
Yeah, and it disappears, like, for no reason.
Yeah, it's because he, had the quickening, shoot a lightning bolt up his dick, so it exploded. And it's not like you can just get some more metal and just attach it to your neck.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
And why does it explode the neck guard thing, but not his clothing?
Because then it would be rated X, and we can't have that.
I mean, showing that move to kids would already be child abuse in the first place. So why would people even bother with the classification? Like,
it's just one of those weird things that I never got about, ratings in general. Like, I find ratings just would be kind of stupid anyway. Like, I can understand the argument of maybe putting in, like, oh, there's going to be some violence in this. And it's like, okay, fine, but the classification of what makes something rated PG, PG-13, and R is so arbitrary to the point where it's like, what's even the point? Like, for example, you could have your movie still be rated PG, or it might get bumped up to a PG-13 if you say fuck once. Saying fuck once is okay, but if you say it twice, oh, that immediately bumps it up to an R rating.
Yeah. Princess Bride taught people that early on.
Mm-hmm. And, what was it? Oh, yeah. There was, South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. And they did probably the best prank on the rating system, in history. Because, apparently, in order to get your movie rated R and then have it go to, I'm just dying here just so I can, like, respawn with more life and shit. Actually, I don't know what I'm doing now. Oh, yeah, I remember. I think this was a point where you tried calling me, and I was like, oh, God damn it. Alright, just give me a sec, Gouke. So, I blame this on you. I'm wasting all these valuable lives just because you wanted to talk.
Not my fault. You don't have pay. You have poor planning.
Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. So what South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut did was that apparently if you say fuck too many times, and I believe the magic number is like 250 or something like that. If you say that like that amount of times, your movie goes from rated R to rated X. So, in their Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, they decided to say fuck exactly 249 times. And yeah, obviously they did that just to say, you know, fuck you to the guy who had to sit there and count how many fucks there were in their movie. Also, you can show people getting their arms and limbs and stuff get cut off, as long as the blood isn't red, because if it's any other color, it's fine, but if it's red, whew, that's a bit too much.
It's like Japanese censorship, no, Chinese censorship laws.
Oh yeah, where it has to be white cum instead of blood.
Yeah, they make like they make like the the bloody scenes look like a massive jizz explosion.
Yeah. So, and basically, there's just a whole bunch of arbitrary, stupid-ass rules like that throughout rating systems, not just in America, but just around the world in general. So, it's a reason why I don't like the rating system, aside from the fact that someone else is telling me how I should and shouldn't live my life kind of thing.
To be fair, like, I think the rating system mainly exists so that, like, retarded parents don't go complaining. Don't call on complaining like, I rented this animated movie and it had people getting decapitated and having
Yeah, that's why I can
and stuff
agree.
like that's on you, madam.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you vet what your children watch? Okay?
No.
So I guess they have to have this arbitrary numbers and stuff, because just as a like a so that the criteria isn't just gut feeling.
But that's the thing. The arbitrary number thing is essentially gut feeling and arbitrary. None of it makes fucking sense.
Yeah.
No, it was like one of those lessons.
It's a system that was developed before people had access to Live Leak. Okay.
Well, even then, it's just sort of like another good example of that is like for video games, the rating system didn't come in until Mortal Kombat and what was it? The vampire game where you play as a guy watching security footage.
Night Trap?
Night Trap, that's it. Like, that was the games that sort of pushed it over the edge, saying, like, oh, we need a rating system because kids can't play this. And I believe Night Trap got rated, like, essentially M, or whatever the equivalent of M would be at the time. And you can buy Night Trap right now on Steam. It's rated T. Because that's how fucking mild the violence is.
Yeah, I mean, it was wild for the time.
It's like, oh my god, Night Trap, how horrible. Anyway, back to watching John Carpenter's The Thing. That's fine.
How was John Carpenter's The Thing classified?
It was probably rated R, but even then, it was just sort of like, I don't remember anyone talking like, oh yeah, this is like disgusting and needs to be banned from theaters kind of thing, you know? Or if there was that discussion being had, it didn't last long. But
Is there no woman in this town to give you the sucky sucky?
Obviously not, because it's a dead town. There's only an old man at the in the first house that sort of says the land is dead. Go away. But no, like the rating system thing, that was something I learned at a very young age, because my dad actually bought me GoldenEye 007 back when I was like 5 or 6, and before he let me play it, he said that, you know, he asked me a few questions, and those questions were essentially along the lines of, like, you know that this is, like, fantasy and not real and all that, right? And I was like, yeah. And then my dad said...
I'm not gonna see you in the news shooting up a school, right?
Oh, this was before Columbine.
No, at 97, I'm pretty sure it was after. When was Columbine?
I thought it was 98.
Yeah, actually, I thought maybe I'm confusing with some previous event.
But anyway, so my dad said, like, you know this is fantasy, and you think you can handle this? And I was like, yeah. And then my dad said, alright, here you go. And then I was able to play GoldenEye.
It was 1999.
Columbine?
Yes.
Alright. And I think GoldenEye 007 for the N64 came out before that, so... But anyway, and that's the story of how I got to play GoldenEye for the N64 when I was like 5. Good times. And just to just to make the story that much better, as a kid I fucking hated GoldenEye because it was too hard.
Some of the late missions were pretty... like the one where you have to kill, like, the Xenia.
Xenia was pretty annoying. Yeah, but the stuff that I really hated was when there was the, like, automated turrets. Like, as a kid, I could not handle them, because they would just kill you in, like, 3 seconds. And I was like, this is unfair! I even have the invisibility cheat and they can still see me. But yeah, it was just sort of the lesson my dad taught me, where it was just like, you are your own liquor control board, and that's something I still take to heart to this day, which is why I hate when busybody bureaucrats tell me I can or cannot enjoy something. The other thing I don't like is how things are just region locked for arbitrary reasons as well. Like, I know that Netflix for North America is a completely different service, essentially, than compared to, like, places in Europe or, like, South America or Asia. So, and it's like, why? Gouke?
I have no clue as well.
Yeah.
Like...
I know they do it, essentially for, like, DVDs, like, they region lock stuff, which makes even less sense, but... So, like, if you buy a DVD from, like, Japan, you need a Japanese DVD player in order to watch it. Which is dumb. Like, I could understand things being region-locked because of the way that, like, cartridges are built or whatever, right? Like, but, yeah.
Yeah, when you get to CDs, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I know there is, like, I know in Europe there is a issue because, like, for example, TVs being PAL.
Yeah, because the TVs there run at a lower frame rate than the rest of the world, so maybe in that sense I could understand, but even then, it's sort of like, why can't Britain just catch up to the rest of the world? Are their eyes that shit?
I mean, they couldn't catch up to the metric system, dude.
But, anyway. that will be it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you all next time. Have a nice night.
Bye.